Hi guys, in this video we are going to answer question number 8 from your textbook on page 232. Okay, question number 8. Some of the largest databases are weather related. One of the wettest places in Canada is Henderson Lake, BC. Weather stations there measure an average of 9,082 millimeters of rain every year. Consider some of the wettest communities listed below. Now, you see a nice chart with all of the communities that are the wettest in Canada with their rain in millimeters down the side. Part A. Are these data primary or secondary? Give reasons. So let's just remind ourselves of the difference between primary and secondary data. So if we go back to page 224 in your textbook, you can see down the side here definitions of primary and secondary. So primary data is data that has been collected directly by the researcher and have not been manipulated or summarized. And then secondary data, data used by someone other than those who actually collected them. So in this case, it says that weather stations measure. So those are the researchers, and that's where we're getting this data. So this data is primary. However, once I start to use this data, it becomes secondary data. Okay, part B. People in Stratford probably think they get a lot of rain. Compare Stratford, Hartley Bay, and Henderson Lake to get a good sense of how much rain these places are getting. So just to make this more clear, we have Stratford, Ontario here. We have, which one was the next one? Hartley Bay here. And then Henderson was the one that was in the question. So that is Henderson Lake, BC with 9,000 here. Okay, so Stratford, Ontario is the only one that's listed in Ontario, which is probably why they think they get a lot of rain. And they have 1,064 millimeters on average of rain per year. However, comparatively to Hartley Bay in British Columbia, you'll notice that that is less than 4 times the amount that Hartley Bay gets. And it is also less than 8 times the amount that Henderson Lake gets because they have 9,082 millimeters on average per year. Part C. You can see that. Create a graph of the data. How does the graph indicate that BC is likely the wettest province? Now, it also says your teacher will provide you with a file. Don't worry about that. We're just going to do creating a graph. Okay, so taking your iPads, a really nice and simple way of creating a graph to do our homework, so this is my Notability homework, is to go into Excel and just type out our data. So I have the data here, and I've just typed it out on Excel. So once I've typed it out on Excel, I can highlight my data, and then I can go to Insert, I can go to Chart, I can go to Column, two-dimensional column, and it creates a graph for me, just like that. Now, it doesn't have a title, so I'm going to add a title myself, just by double-clicking the chart title, and I'm going to say Canada's wettest communities. And hit down. Now, once you have this graph, hopefully you can see that, what you can do is you can actually copy it. So you can hit copy, and when I go back to my homework, instead of drawing it out yourself, all you have to do is paste it. And there you have it. So, to answer the next part of the question, it says, how does the graph indicate that BC is likely the wettest province? So what's really cool is that Excel automatically organized the data from most rain to least rain. And you'll notice that the first 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 locations were all in British Columbia. So it does indicate that BC has the most rain. Okay guys, good luck with the rest of your homework.